Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
I'm Christopher Harris, the host of the World Soccer Talk podcast. The World Cup promises to be the most exciting and controversial World Cup in the history of soccer. Throughout the tournament, we will be telling you how and where to watch the games on US television and streaming in this never-ending, complex world of so many choices. If you love soccer, you will love the World Soccer Talk podcast. Listen to the show wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast recommends. This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Tuesday, December 14th, 2021, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Austin, Texas, author, speaker, podcaster, Jamie Ivey.
Hey, guys.
And once again, our mogul, Derek Miner, is unable to be with us today, so sitting in from Nashville, Tennessee, Relevant senior editor, Tyler Huckabee.
Howdy.
He did that on purpose.
Howdy.
That was Friday's bit.
I know.
You don't need to bring it into Tuesday.
It's my thing now. I need a thing. I don't feel like I'm the guy who has, I just feel like bland as a beefcake. I got nothing going for, no distinctive, no little weird quirks or edges. Now I'm going to be the guy who takes too long to answer things.
Well, now Tyler, congratulations. Now you have two things. One, you awkwardly delay people's, while they're conversing with you. Right. And you're the type of person who uses phrases like bland as a beefcake. So that's two. That's two odd things.
What is a beefcake anyways? I don't even know.
Well, look at Tyler. Tyler right there. That's a living and breathing
You're looking at
beefcake. Yeah. Tyler grew up and he's corn fed. He's from Nebraska.
Yeah, that's true. Lots of beef out in Nebraska.
And by that part, most parts of the country, when you hear beefcake, like you think about those guys who walk out, stand at the front door of Hollister in the 90s with no shirt on. That's usually what we're thinking.
I think of Jersey Shore type guys. I think of gym bros.
But I think
that's what I think of beefcake.
But I think Tyler's reference to beefcake is an actual nightly dessert eaten in Nebraska, which is just it's a big hunk of meat that is baked like a cake for some reason, and everyone in the state eats it as a sweet. Is that correct, Tyler?
As a sweet,
a little candle in it that you blow out before the ceremonial cutting of the beefcake. Everybody in the family gets a slice all the way down the line. In both hard times.
I picture brown gravy on top of a beefcake, not birthday
a little
cake,
frosting.
Yeah.
Hey, for the longest time, the same thing along the same lines. I never had cheesecake in my life. I've still never had cheesecake, but I never had it all growing up because I thought it was cheese flavored cake, and I was like, I don't want cheese if I'm in the mood for a sweet.
Can we back up for just a second? You've still never had cheesecake in your entire life?
That is correct, because after I learned that it is a light, delicious treat, I observed as an adult that everybody, if there was ever cheesecake available, I love cheesecake, gotta have cheesecake. And I thought the last thing I need is another vice. And so ignorance is bliss. It's easy for me to pass on the unnecessary calories because I don't know what I'm missing. Cameron. So it's fine.
Well, Tyler,
you're missing something good. I'll tell you that much.
Tyler, with beefcake, if I visit Tyler, Nebraska, I'm going to indulge and know what I'm missing. And I also know that he recently stumped a listener of the week who couldn't guess his favorite ice cream flavor because it was in fact beefcake ice cream, which is just tastes like a frozen hamburger. But
he thought you could get that ice cream anywhere. Yeah, nope.
I am so excited for this show. Coming up, our friend, author Shauna Niequist is joining us today. I am so excited. Love Shauna. And if you're a longtime listener of the show, she was on this cast for several years. She has a new book at long last. We're so excited. Big moment. Also, I'm very excited because at the end of the show, it's the holiday season. It's mid-December. What are you doing? It's cold outside. You're going to stay in with the family. You're going to put on the plaid PJs. You're going to put on the fire. You're going to just hang out together and play games. So guess what? At the end of the show, we're doing that. It's the Relevant Podcast Family Game Night coming up. We're playing some games. I'm excited about it. Now, before we toss to slices, I want to make sure you know about relevantstore.com. We relaunched the store here in the last few weeks, and every week we're putting up new merch, new apparel, new podcast fan gear, a lot of cool stuff. Plus, it's the exclusive place to get our new annual print edition of Relevant Magazine. It's a big, thick coffee table edition of our best long-form content from throughout the year. It's available for pre-order right now. It's about to go to press, and once it's out in the wild, the price will change. But if you want to save 20%, you can pre-order it now over at relevantstore.com. Don't miss it, and don't miss our Christmas sales. Some great stuff going on. All right, stay tuned. Up next is Slices.
Slide up in the room like I was Santa. What? My bad, just excuse my country grammar. Brother pulled up in the Charger, but he drive it like a Phantom. Rifle on my bag and yeah, inside I got the cannon, but not that type of cannon. Christmas in the sticks with all my folks. Gather around the fire cause it's cold. Grandma making magic on the stove. Celebrate the lamp, the heat of gold. Yeah, Billy. Christmas in the sticks with all my folks. Christmas Eve and I'm trying to get the tree lit.
You're listening to No Big Deal. The song is Christmas in the Sticks. It is part of, if you heard Friday's show, you know this. We have released 4 Christmas playlist mixes over on our Spotify channel. A very relevant Christmas, indie, unplugged, party mix, and hip hop. The No Big Deal track is on the very relevant Christmas hip hop mix. There's some great Christian hip hop for Christmas. I had no clue. It's awesome stuff. Go check it out. You can just search Relevant Christmas on Spotify and they'll pop up that way. And yeah, there you go. Are you having a party? Having a party with friends? Don't know what to put on? I'm telling you right now, just hit play on our party mix. It's going to be a good time. Well, today's show is brought to you by UHSM. The healthcare costs have been growing year after year, and it can lead to a lot of confusion. Thankfully, UHSM offers great and affordable health for everyone. Unite Health Share Ministries, or UHSM, is a Christian health sharing ministry that puts your health before anything else. Health sharing isn't insurance. The programs at UHSM are member-based fellowships where faithful people can take charge of their own health care. UHSM offers different programs to meet any and all of your needs, from telehealth options to plans that cover the unexpected moments in life. UHSM has something for everyone. For more information, head over to uhsm.org or contact a rep at 800-900-8476. Again, for more information about their programs and pricing, head over to uhsm.org or contact a representative at 800-900-8476. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
All right, what do you have, Jesse?
All right. Well, I'm excited to hear all of your guys' response to this, but particularly Jamie, I want to hear your feedback to this story because I feel like particularly as of late, you're certainly the most well-traveled among us, both for personal stuff and professional stuff. And this particular story has to do with a new trend in travel of people kind of coming out of COVID that are finding a different way to unwind. And this story, which was actually ran in the New Yorker this week, was about agencies that are specializing in something that they call surprise travel. There's a handful of agencies offering this service where you give them a few parameters. 1, are you traveling alone? 2, are you comfortable being domestic or international? And what level, like how hardcore are you? Because what agencies are doing
Define
is
hardcore.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I will. Because what these agencies are doing are basically planning like some people like one customer called it almost like a scheduled kidnapping, where they plan a trip where you don't even know until the day of where your plane flight is to or what you're going to be doing when you get there, who's picking you up or whatever. And a lot of them are, a lot of these people who are booking these are solo travelers who essentially want like that Michael Scott experience where that episode where he was dropped off in the forest by Dwight to get a Survivor Man day. That is essentially what a lot of this is. Or like those shows, like, I don't know if you guys watch Alone on Netflix, like that History Channel series, or like, sort of that survivalist thing. Now, a lot of these trips, though, will also make sure that you are safe, because they've profiled one woman who was dropped off in like the jungles of Borneo for 3 days, and that was her. She saved up $13,000 over the course of the last year for an adventure. This agency arranged for the trip for her to go where she had to learn to make fire all by herself. Now, she did have like an ex-military tactical survival expert be the Dwight Schrute in this and shadow her and follow her from a distance where his presence was never known. But these agencies are providing these kind of just crazy solo adventure surprise trips. Now, here's what one of the people from one of these agencies says in this magazine feature. Could we create an experience that requires total mental and physical focus? By being totally distracted, it's almost impossible for them to think about the day-to-day and everything going on back home. Well, yeah, because they have to survive, because you dropped them off in the jungle and they have no training to be a jungle survivalist. Of course, they can't think about the stresses at work because they're worried about getting eaten alive. Yeah, by fire ants or something. I've seen those shows. This never turns out well. But evidently, it's becoming more and more popular for people who just kind of want to reboot and really be able to detach from, everything that distracts them in your day-to-day life. Jamie, as someone who's very well traveled and makes a lot of trips for a lot of different reasons, some to spend time with family, some personal, a lot of professional. What is your thoughts about this surprise travel trend?
Well, when you started talking about this, I was thinking like surprise as in like, would you rather go to Fiji or the Maldives? Like that's what the kind of surprise I was holding out for. I would never, this is my personality though, never pay money for someone to drop me off and say survive for 3 days. That's the worst thing I could ever think of in my entire life. Now, if the trip was like, how many days do you want to spend at the beach? Or would you like to go snorkeling? Or what about a horseback ride down? I'm down for that. Surprise me with all the things. Surprise me with no matches and left in the middle of the woods with no clothes. No, thank you.
Yeah, this would not be my thing either. When I go on vacation, I'm looking for supreme comfort. Like I could have a vacation that's just a really, really nice bed. And it's like, you don't have to get out of it.
I'm shocked that you don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like I would have thought that your idol 10 years ago was Bear Grylls. Like I thought
there was a time in my life. Right now, if I'm going out of town, I'm doing nothing. Don't plan. Yeah. Just give me the coolest hotel room and let me just chill out. Like that's more my speed these days. But maybe there was a time in my life where I wanted some adventure. Yeah.
That article, you said she paid $13,000 to be dropped off and to have to do all this stuff. And there was a man stalking her that she never saw. That's creepy. That made me really uncomfortable when you said that.
But wouldn't you want that safety? I don't think he was like, it's not like some local
I understand his role. It just still made me feel a little creepy that you're alone, but you're not. I don't like that
feeling.
And
she said at one point she lost them for a few hours and that gave her a big sense of pride, where I'm like, now you're talking legit danger here. And there was a time in my life where this would be really, I just feel like I've already done too many like real life-ish adventures where it's like, okay, I'm pretty good on that now, like doing crazy, dumb, ill-advised things. Like, yeah, I can do that in my personal life. If I'm paying all this money, I'm going to go chill. Tyler, you seem like you still have some adventure. You lived in Paris abroad for a little while just for the adventure of it. What's your thoughts?
Well, but Paris is a town, there's like...
You can drop me off in the middle of Paris, I'll take that.
If you drop me off in the middle of Paris, surprise, you're in Paris.
If a secret man is following you as you walk around Paris, that's a totally different situation.
Yeah. But it's a very easy spot because they got the stripy black and white shirts and the giant baguettes, so that you can see them coming a mile away. There's
I'll say this. That classically trained mime has been following me for quite some time. And now he's acting like he's in a glass box and can't hear me speculate that he's spying on me.
Oh my goodness!
If anyone to surprise me with a trip to a major metropolitan international hub with multiple resources for food and electricity and showering and bathing, I'm all in on that. That sounds great.
I'm all in.
There you go. All right, what do you have, Jamie?
Okay, I would like to know what you guys would do in the situation. I think this came out about a week or two ago, but there was a plumber who's doing his job. He is just taking care of the things he need to do. He went into a massive church. We all know Joel Osteen's church. He's fixing the toilet. He takes off the tile. Man. Massive amounts of money comes out of the wall. Was it like $200,000 or something? Like a lot of money.
$600,000.
A lot of money.
Well, 600 was lost. Sorry, 600 was lost. How much did they find in the wall?
So there were.
Tyler, do you know?
I do not. There was undisclosed, but it was much as $600,000
because they connected this money to a robbery that was reported back in 2014 of $600,000. So he found all of this money and turned it in. But I think the crazy thing about this story is that the only reason that we all know about this is because he called into a local radio station in Houston because they were talking about like, what's the craziest thing that you found? And he didn't say the church and all this, but he like told this whole story of plumber takes off the tile, all this cash comes out, and turned it in. And I think as of right now, he hasn't gotten any kind of reward or anything from it. But what a good plumber! He fixed your toilet and finds your.
He said he hasn't even heard thank you.
He hasn't even heard a thank you from.
That's what he told on the radio. It'd be like an editorial. It'd be like a listener calling here on the podcast and saying, "I found $600,000, and the least they could get there was a reward offered, I believe, for any information leading to the money, which he has not received."
But I believe the time of it had expired because there was a Crime Stoppers thing for 25. It had expired.
Well, okay, so I have a question beyond the plumber's experience here, and I've seen kind of these headlines, but I haven't dug into the story, so maybe you guys can help me out here. So during this robbery, at some point, or it's not even a robbery, they're just saying like it wasn't a stick up, or money went missing, right?
Yes.
Like
yes.
There was like an offering or something.
An offering went missing,
and so obviously it seems pretty. There'd be a lot of reasons to assume it was someone who was employed by that church at that time, maybe is still employed by that church, who not only had access to that level of cash and access to some sort of interior wall of a public restroom at the church. Like, aren't we kind of burying the lead here? Someone under the employ of Joel Osteen's church is, attempting to embezzle money out. Like, I mean, this is stuff right out of Righteous Gemstones. There's literally a scene in that first season where two of the children have hidden away cash for emergencies in the church's ventilation system, which they access. I mean, this seems like, hey, Joel Osteen, maybe we can get some more details here because something doesn't smell right, and the plumbing issue was taken care of.
The toilet's taken care of. My questions are: how long was the person who did this going to let that money sit there? I mean, that was 2014.
What's the end game?
What's the end game? And is there more?
But that's the thing. It's the long game. I mean, this person knows that if $600K goes missing, and then they maybe, let's say they're a church employee making a normal salary, all of a sudden have $600K in their account or something like that. There's gonna be questions. There's gonna be target. So they stash it and thinking, I'll come back 10, 15 years. This is my retirement plan. I'm going to come back. I know where it is. Nobody else does. I'll get it. Or it's Jesse's thing with the Righteous Gemstones that somebody with the ministry stashing it in case everything collapses. There's at least that amount of money that they could go access and then, go off into the sunset. I don't know.
I've seen enough Ocean's 11 movies to know that you don't even have to be an employee. You just have to look like an employee. Sometimes those guys just gotta have a name badge. Vest, and nobody doubts it. Everybody's like, oh, I guess George Clooney works here now. Brad Pitt must be just like an unreasonably handsome person who just a staffer on the floor of a giant casino. Which I think you could do this in a church. Lakewood's pretty good size.
Say that word again. What is it? What's the location
of a casino?
Say that word. Okay. You said casino. You just emphasize the cast.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to keep people guessing with how I respond. It's just it's going to be my
casino.
Thing.
I would hit the hard E. I would hit the hard
go to these.
Casino.
I don't frequent such things.
You said casino. I don't know.
But I do like Tyler's theory where it's just like someone like a Don Cheadle, like this, did we hire a handsome, debonair British new children's minister? Because he just showed up to work today and seems very interested in in how the pipes come into the church. He seems delightful. Who hired this guy? That too seems like just an implausible scenario, but who knows?
Also, to stash it there, you'd have to take the tile off, put the money in and put the top. I mean, this is
I'm impressed with the seamless grout work because existing grout getting stitched in with new grout, you got to age that thing. I mean, that's some detail that.
If you're that good, then you could probably be making $600,000 a year.
Yeah,
just
you
doing
get
a job.
Just doing backsplashes.
You can come to my house.
You know,
I got some work for you here. I'll pay you.
Just do a backsplash.
Have you guys ever got a kitchen backsplash done? It ain't cheap to get a pro to do it. Okay, I'm telling you, if the end game is waiting 6 years, waiting, or not even waiting a decade to collect $600K. If you're just doing 3 backsplashes a month, I think you're doing okay in this economy.
All right, what do you have, Tyler?
All right, so this was a really interesting. I think, how many people on this podcast right now went to some sort of Christian or Bible college situation, or even high school situation?
I did. College.
Both.
I think almost all of us, right? And we all certainly have been to our regular attenders of church. And all my life, I was corrected on something that I just taken for granted about the life of Jesus. That all my life and all of those years going to these institutions, getting a degree in this very field that no one had ever corrected me on, that I had no idea about, and I want to see if I am the only person who thought this, because this is, to my knowledge, a very, very common, apparently misunderstanding about the life of Christ. What in you guys' training or upbringing, what was Jesus's job? Like, how did Jesus earn a living?
Well, I mean, a carpenter's son.
Yeah.
But,
Carpenter.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you usually inherited the trade of your father.
Or fisherman.
Carpenter
or fisherman.
A fisherman or a carpenter.
I had always heard carpenter as well, but then one time Kathy Lee Gifford was on my show and she totally talked about him like doing like something else with his hands, but it wasn't carpentry. It would have been, what is it, Tyler?
Well, Kathy Lee Kathy Lee knew more than me, because she was definitely on the right track. The word was translated as carpenter in the New Testament by the in our English translation. That is true, that we've been translated as carpenter. But recent scholarship suggests that is not the correct translation of that word, and in fact that carpentry would be very, very unlikely, since in Galilee at that time, very, very little lumber, not a lot. The trees that are there are pretty small and spindly. They didn't do a lot of building with wood. So there really weren't that many carpenters, but obviously in Europe where they translated this, that's all they did use. So that's how they knew to translate it. But it'd be more accurate to say, according to a new study, and this was printed in CT by a scholar by the name of Jordan Monson, the word would be more likely to be translated almost like handyman or builder would maybe be the right word, but it would be almost like a gig economy situation.
Whatever you need.
Yeah, he could have handled the grout in your a real so he would be called in just to help with like projects around the house or in the public space that needed, most likely, instead of wood, and most likely be stone. That was the primary building tool at the time. Usually as a co-worker, he wouldn't be by himself. He would have been with a bunch of other guys.
Jamie, you just said that's what she said, but you weren't making a Michael Scott joke. Because he was talking about stone and wood, and you said that's what she said.
Most importantly, he was talking about Jesus.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what Kathy Lee said.
Kathy Lee
Gifford.
I got it. Got it. Okay. Just clarifying.
So that was incorrect. Which this has a few implications, mostly for like my boss was a Jewish carpenter bumper sticker economy, which is now
T-shirt back. I got my kids now.
but it does make sense. I will say this, because if you've ever had to call a handyman, it's already gotten to the point in the project where a professional needs to fix what you broke, trying to fix something. And any handyman I want, the more Christ-like they can be, the better, because I'm pretty wound up by the time I had to call someone because I started trying to fix the garbage disposal, and all of a sudden there's a broomstick sticking out and water spraying out from under the sink. I'm pretty high strung. So the more mellow that person is, the more Prince of Peace like that handyman is, it's going to make the blow a lot softer when I get the bill and see how much damage I cause in my home.
And think about this too. I mean, he shows up for a very complicated job. There's flooding damage all over the basement. He's just like, he's by himself. The family, moved out. He's like, I just don't have time for this. Wiggle his nose, little bewitched style. Boom, he's done. All we know is about the wedding. Yeah. We don't know what happened for the 10 years prior to that. Yeah. He's the most efficient worker. It's like, nobody's looking. Done. Whoa! 5 stars. Holy cow, he's so fast.
You don't understand. This backsplash is very complicated. He's like, I got it. Trust me.
I also think, Tyler, a handyman, they can do everything. There's no problem that's too big for a handyman. And that's how our Savior is. There's no problem too big for him, you guys.
He's a skeleton.
That's right. And then the soft piano music starts playing right now. Jamie, you want to
close your eyes.
Bring the worship team back on.
I just want to let you know, Jesus, I think there's damage to the foundation here. I think we're getting a new subfloor, foundation work, whole deal. I'm very sure. I got it. Trust me. I got it. Yeah.
I am your foundation.
He distracts him.
Yeah. Let me tell you about foundation.
Did your donkeys get out of the stable? I might want to go check on him. He turns around real quick and then
I'm done.
Listen, Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, forgive me. I was messing around in the fuse box and I broke something. Forgive me. I know not what I did. Can you please fix this? All the fuses are gone. All the fuses.
And then he says, I am your light.
Let there be light.
Because this is so funny, but I feel so torn on the inside that I'm making fun of Jesus. I'm like, God, I'm not making fun of you.
We're making fun of us, Jesus. We're making fun of us.
Yeah. We're not.
Oh
Forgive
my
us,
gosh.
Jesus.
Because I can see us going on like this for about another 10 minutes before a line is crossed.
That's good.
Yeah. All right, let's cut the cord now. All right, stay tuned. That'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Shauna and Niequist joins us.
My Christmas is filling up stuff I don't need. I was hoping for new shoes, the kind with the light. I was naughty in high school, trying to be nice. Even Santa, he is thankful for the little things.
Like what kind of stuff, Santa?
Thanks to the reindeer that pulled me on my sleigh.
You're listening to Fun. The song is Believe in Me. I believe that's on the very relevant Christmas party mix. Well, today's show is also brought to you by BetterHelp. No matter who you are, your mental health has a serious impact on your life. It affects work, family, finances, dating, and your relationship with God even. So taking care of your mental health is a huge part of living the best life you can. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's more affordable than in-person therapy and you can start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours. Join the millions of people who are seeing what therapy is really about. You can sign up for BetterHelp.com today, and since you're a Relevant Podcast listener, you can save 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/relevant. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/relevant. Where our guest today is none other than longtime friend and author Shauna Niequist. She's the best-selling author of Cold Tangerines, Bittersweet, Bread and Wine, and Present Over Perfect. Her new book is called I Guess I Haven't Learned That Yet, and comes out in the spring. And ahead of that release, she joins us today to talk about how her attitude around things like work, family, and church changed over the course of the pandemic, and what reordering your priorities can look like so that you give the most time to what really matters. Here's our conversation with the one and only Shauna Niequist.
I would like to hear from the time when you wrote Present Over Perfect, well, when it was published back in 2016 to now. How do you feel like maybe people would receive that a little bit differently post a pandemic and post a lot of political upheaval that has affected people's lives? What do you think? Do you feel like this is sort of entering into a different space today than it did in 2016 when the book was first published?
Well, I mean, in some ways, I think issues of workaholism, being too busy, finding your identity or your worth in something outside of yourself, I think those are perennial. Sure. But I do think the pandemic forced us all to grapple with essentially our lifestyles and specifically our time. All of a sudden, we had to ask questions, things were sort of on autopilot for a long time. And all of a sudden we had the opportunity and the challenge to ask these questions about like, what does matter to me? Is the way that I'm working the way that I want to live? Am I parenting in a way I believe in? Am I like, we all had the kind of the forced analysis of what's working and what's not. What do I want to put back into my life if there is an after to this season? And what are the things I'm happy to leave behind? And so I think those are very relevant questions. And most of the people I have talked with over the last couple of years have found that if it's at all up to them, they won't go back to the pace at which they were living pre-pandemic. Both in terms, they won't work as much, if at all possible, and they won't have their kids involved in as many activities, and they won't have such a maybe like wide social circle, but will focus a little bit more narrowly. And I think those feel like healthy changes to me. Anybody that's choosing more simplicity, more depth as opposed to width in terms of their relational experiences, those all feel like healthy changes. And those do feel like the themes of that book. They feel very relevant right now.
Why do you think it is? Because I feel like in some ways, a lot of us know in our heads that work isn't really going to make us happy, that, careerism isn't everything, that at the end of the day, what matters is the people you love and care about and spending time with them. But we just don't live that way. That understanding just does not manifest in how we structure and prioritize our lives. Why do you think that? Why do we have such a hard time of actually manifesting something that I think many Americans and many Christians know in their heads to be true?
Well, I think some of it is that addiction to like quick wins as opposed to playing the long game. It's really, really lovely to do something and then have someone either congratulate you for it or give you money for it, right? Like that feels good to us. And it's a lot harder to, for example, be an attentive parent, right? Because your kids are never going to look up at you and be like, wow, I am becoming so much better a human because of the attentiveness you're giving me right now. They don't say that to you. You have to trust in the long game that it's the right thing to do. And I think a lot of us have become kind of stuck in that addiction for, I want someone to tell me I'm doing a good job, or I want someone to compensate me for it. As opposed to, I want to do like quiet, unglamorous, difficult things that no one will congratulate me for or pay me for, right? That's harder. I'm reading a fascinating book right now called Laziness Does Not Exist, on kind of the roots of like Puritan culture and bootstrapping and meritocracy and all of those deeply American ideas, and how they're essentially myths we tell ourselves to keep people working. Right? Like, what if our cultural messaging said you're valuable even if you didn't produce anything today? Well, then do people stop going to work? Right?
Yeah.
What if we said your value is inherent, not based on your productivity or your appearance or how much money you have? Wait a minute. Then we wouldn't buy things and we wouldn't show up to things. And all of a sudden, a lot of the most deeply held tenets of our culture would kind of start to falter. But I think that's a really exciting idea, right? I grew up in like the most Midwestern Dutch productivity-based culture. You are what you do. You're a hard worker. That's a value. We were joking about it recently. We were kind of having this like dinner party conversation about what part of the world do you go to where people think you're from there? A friend of mine was saying she's American, but when she goes to Greece, people think she's Greek, right?
Got it.
And I was like, oh, I have one. Mine is Target. When I go to Target, people think I work there. I have a face for service. I have a face that says, let me check in the back for you, right? Because I was raised to be helpful and responsible and to look out for other people's needs. I'm not kidding you when I tell you people have asked me to refill their drinks or bring them their check at a restaurant. And I'm like, I don't work here, but I can definitely get your refill. Because I was just raised in a world that said usefulness is what makes you valuable. When I think we start to push on those myths, we realize they're very flimsy. My usefulness is not what makes me value. My work productivity is not what makes me valuable.
So many of us were raised to see your calling, your work as your calling or your passion. So there becomes this sort of divine pressure on you to to work hard and to hustle, because this is what you were maybe created to do in some sense. Do you think that there's a misunderstanding there or a misappropriating of that idea there that has maybe led some of us to an unhealthy idea of working too much?
Oh, 1,000%. And I think that was a lot of the roots of my working too hard. It was, and too much and too long. This deep sense of duty of you owe it to God and to the church and to the people that might be helped. And it doesn't matter what cost it inflicts on you. And the biggest change for me was when I got to a point when I realized the very risky belief that if what I want to do is serve God's kingdom, I get to see myself as a part of that kingdom. And I get to, it was this very kind of controversial, at least to me, idea that if it's destroying this member of the kingdom, it's not worth the benefit for the other members of the kingdom. We were not all called to the same day. People talk about the crucifixion a lot, right? Like if Jesus was willing to die on a cross, aren't you willing to ...
Oh yeah. I heard it all the time.
I think that's extremely toxic and very poor exegesis. I don't think that's the call in bodily ways for all of us. I think love is the call. I think grace is the call. I think meaningful, healthy sacrifice is the call. I think a deep morality and truthfulness is the call. But I think it's a rather unnuanced way to look at the story, to say that crucifixion is the right ongoing way to live for all of us. That seems like a bad reading of that story. And so I think, but it's very toxic and those roots run very deep and they run very deep in me. One of the things that I'm trying to figure out right now in my life as I move into a new season, having finished this last book, is would it be okay to make my next couple of career steps based on delight or curiosity or joy? Or does it have to hurt? And that's the only way it counts. And I know the answer to that, but it's still pretty deep in me that if you're doing the right thing, it should really hurt. I think that's some bad theology that I picked up along the way that I really want to leave behind. I want to help all of us to leave behind. I don't think that was the intention of God's heart by any means.
That was Shauna Niequist. You can read more of that interview over at relevantmagazine.com. All right, stay tuned. Up next, it's Family Game Night.
When I wait days with no return, the sun one loves to make me feel the burn, the burn. She's my holiday, only until the game. My favorite mistakes, living inside the
You're listening to Electric Guest. The song is Holiday. And again, that is on one of our very relevant Christmas mixes. I believe maybe that one's the indie mix. Yeah, go check them all out. They're all good. All right, it is time for our Christmas family game night. So I have literally, I don't know when we procured this, but I had a box in my game cabinet. It's called Family Game Night. It's a collection of various games, and we're gonna do a little sampler action. We're gonna jump around. We're gonna have a little through the decades, a little celebrity trivia, a little hum that tune, a little who am I. So here's how it's going to go. We're going to do 2 rounds real quickly of a couple of the trivia ones, and then we're going to get to the Hum That Tune and Who Am I, which I'm looking forward to very much. All right, you're all individually going to play. Clark, please keep track of this very complicated score. I'm going to ask you all two rounds quickly of celebrity trivia, and each, if you get the answer right, it's going to be 1 point each. Here we go. Jesse, you're up first. In what year did Kanye West storm the stage at the MTV Video Music Awards to interrupt Taylor Swift's acceptance speech? What year was that?
That feels just over. I'm going to say that was 2009. No, that's too early. 2011.
It was 2009. You should have stuck with your gut. Oh, man. 0 points for Jesse. All right, Jamie. Jamie, you're up. What is the name of Rihanna's makeup line?
Beautiful.
Fenty Beauty. Fenty Beauty. Fenty is her fashion line.
Almost halfway right.
Yeah. Hey, both of you kind of are getting half answers. All right, Tyler, bring it home. Here we go. Who was the first African-American woman to win an Academy Award for Best Actress?
Halle Berry.
That is correct.
Okay. Game on, sir.
Here we go.
All right, Jesse, you are up. Who was People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive in 2017?
Oh, 17.
I just like, go look on your wall. You've got all the covers up.
Yeah, I feel like that was right around the reconnaissance, around the time of True Detective and all his, the little run of actually good movies and TV stuff. So I'm going to say Matthew McConaughey.
It was actually just after the explosion of popularity of The Voice and America's sweetheart, Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton?
Blake Shelton's the sexiest man alive in 2017.
He wasn't even the sexiest man on The Voice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No matter what cast is with them.
Were they projecting sexiest man alive? Were they projecting to be the last man on Earth? What happened? Sexiest man alive? No offense, Shelton, but I think even you would say, okay, what happened that year? Yeah,
he was honored.
Yeah, that's one of those that you just kind of go, all right, thank you, y'all,
again,
and you get the call. Thank
is
you,
just
but
not
no,
the
thank
adjective.
You.
I would.
Yeah. All right, Jamie, which actress tripped up the stairs while on her way to accept her Academy Award for Best Actress in 2013?
2013. Was it the
kinda
girl
clumsy.
who plays? Huh?
Kind of clumsy. Kind of.
Jamie's got
laughs at herself.
She knows she has the answer.
She plays in the movies with the same guy all the time. Am I on the right track, Tyler?
You lost me a little
Bradley
bit there.
I'm just gonna-
I don't know though.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna go with Renee Zellweger.
Jennifer Lawrence.
That's who I was trying to think of. She's in all the movies with what's his name?
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew it.
Yeah.
You were right there.
But I didn't know
the
it.
scoreboard. The scoreboard does not reflect that you knew that answer. Tyler, you're up 1-0. Here we go. On which magazine cover did Caitlyn Jenner make her first appearance?
Oh. It's between two for me. I'm gonna say
Teen Choice.
I'm gonna say it was it Vanity Fair?
It was Vanity Fair. 2-0. After that's it for celebrity trivia. So he's up 2-0. All right, next one is going to be through the decades. Each of these answers were 2 points each. Jesse, you're again up first. Another year one. In what year did YouTube make its debut?
I'm going to say 2003.
2005. Correct
so
error.
hard.
All right, you're up, Jamie. Who duetted with MC Scat Cat in the song Opposites Attract?
I don't even know who MC Scat Cat is.
2 steps forward, 2 steps back. We come together when
sounds like a Blake Shelton jam to me.
That was peak.
Sexy
that
time.
was peak Blake Shelton.
You can see why he got the sexiest man alive.
The Shelton-a-sance.
I have no idea. Janet Jackson.
The Shelton effect.
Paul Abdul. You're
Paul
pretty close.
Abdul. I was so close.
Yeah, Paul Abdul. All right, Tyler, which actress played the lead role in Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Come on. Sandbagging now. Sandbagging.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Yeah, that's correct. 2 points. All right, he's up 4-0. Jesse, here we go. In 2002, Lisa Leslie became the first woman to do what in a WNBA game?
Slam dunk.
That is correct. Make a slam dunk. Jamie, from which movie is the line, "On Wednesdays, we wear pink"?
Mean Girls.
That is correct. You're on the board.
Nice work.
All right, so it's 2-2-4. Tyler, you're up. Here we go. Which website was founded by Jimmy Wales and launched in 2001?
Jimmy Wales and launched in 2001.
You know
famous
it, Tyler.
website. Still going.
I don't know the answer to this.
Want a hint?
Everybody, the rest of them are looking at me like I should.
Here, Jim. Let's just say this: Jimmy Wales evidently is hard pressed for money because he's asking for it quite a bit since 2001.
Got to be Wikipedia then.
That's true. It's Wikipedia. What do we do with that? Half point? No point? What's the fair?
I'll just absorb it if you guys
Clark?
want.
Yeah.
Clark?
1
Judge
point.
assessment?
1 point.
1 point for that. All right, so what's the total? That is the end of Through the Decades.
So we got Jesse 2, Jamie 2, Tyler 5.
All right, so the next game is called Hum That Tune. Hum That Tune. Here's how it's going to work. So I have sent you all a song name individually via text. I've texted it to you. You will hum that song. If our producer Clark can guess what song you are humming correctly within an appropriate amount of time, you will get a point. Okay, Clark, are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, Jesse, you have your song. You are up. Hum that tune.
This is difficult. You got it? That's
Clark, raise your hand when you know it, so I'll know to stop.
End the insanity. Oh, come on, Clark! Don't tease us.
I got nothing, man. I got nothing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, Jamie, Tyler, do you guys know what it was?
Tyler knows it.
I don't. No, I don't know.
Wait, do it one more time,
You know
Jesse.
it?
I know it.
I don't know.
Just do the
No,
chorus,
I got
man.
it. I just wanted to hear you do it again.
What's the chorus? Yeah, the chorus might help.
Okay, I know the answer.
Is it a song from the
I got
90s?
it. I know what it is. I know what it is.
Okay. Thank you, Tyler. What was it?
It was Nickelback. This is how you
Yes,
remind
it was
me.
Nickelback. PTSD doing that one, guys.
You remind me. How You Remind Me by Nickelback. That was the song. All right, Jamie, you're up. Hum that tune.
Okay, here we go. That's all I know.
Boys are back in town.
I really don't understand how to hum either because I think I'm just trying not to say the words, but making a noise.
Clark, do you have any guess what song that was?
I got nothing.
Does anyone have a guess?
Do it again. Give me another
Okay, here
one.
we
All
go.
right, what's your song, Jamie?
No, here's a song. Are you ready? Once I say it, you'll know it. Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper.
Can I be honest? I think the thing that was giving us a hard time is the fun aspect didn't really translate there, Jamie. It seemed like you were not enjoying that. And, the one thing about either Cyndi Lauper or Miley Cyrus's version, really the fun is the main thing. And it seemed kind of devoid of that.
It feels a little humiliating. Like, I don't know how to do this.
All right, Tyler, you are up.
Yeah.
Hum that tune.
Okay. All right.
I got
Clark, do you have any ideas?
Yeah. He's got it.
What's the song? Clark, what's the song?
I don't know.
That's so
I can't
close.
think of the title, man.
You got to get to the hook. The hook is the title.
Together. Again. Oh my gosh. It's right. Umbrella.
Good job.
Yay, there you go. All right, each of these are worth 3 points. I forgot to say that. So there you go. 3 points for
Are they
Tyler.
three?
He's got
Okay.
8 now. Yeah. Every round is escalating, so the next one's the big one. All right, here we go. Jesse, you've got your new song. Take it away.
I'll give you one hint.
Hum that tune.
And the year this came out, this is actually Tyler's ringtone for the entire year. So.
Oh my gosh.
You know it, Clark? It's pretty obvious.
Clark, do you know it?
Milkshake.
Yay! Boom! All right, Jamie, you are up. Okay, Jesse got 3 points on that. Clark, are you keeping tabs?
3.
Jamie, you are up. Hum that tune.
Here we go. Okay.
Got it. I got it.
No, you can't. You saying words. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. That's the problem with
I think your lips have to be closed. I think your lips have to be closed because you're kind of just singing it softly.
She goes, hum that tune. She goes, before you go. Oh my God.
Here's Jamie humming. Wake me up before you go, girl. Go, girl. Wake me up before you go.
I'm so bad at this.
Oh, man.
I like minus a point.
No. You
Are you
got to
give me
do
another
it
one?
over. No, here it is. I'm sending it to you right now. That was a technical foul,
Here
but
we
you
go.
still have the ball.
Oh my gosh.
All right, hum that tune.
I only know the chorus to the song. Okay,
That's fine.
That's all
Okay, so
we
he's
need.
I don't even know how it goes. I hate this game so much. This is like the most humiliating thing I've
It
ever
sounds
done
like you're
in my
just getting
entire
like
life.
tuned up and warmed up. But we're just.
I'm crying. I saw this game and thought of you, Jamie. That's what
This
we're
is
doing.
the worst. Like literally, it's like I feel like I'm on a cruise ship and I'm having to play a
Jamie,
dumb game.
You keep
for
starting.
strangers.
You seem to be starting, but then I'm like, I think she's clearing her throat, getting ready.
I don't know how to do this.
Staying Alive? I don't know.
This is a very, very common, iconic song. No, it's not Staying Alive.
No, it's.
It does.
You cannot do it.
Are you tapping
Cameron,
out?
you hum it. Show me how to do it.
That's
all I got. Here, I'll hum it how I hum.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know it that well. I don't listen to the genre of music. Don't stop believing. Yeah, don't stop believing my journey. All right.
See,
There you go.
you gotta go. You gotta go the verse, man. That's Steve Perry.
All right, Tyler, you are up. Hum that tune. Last one.
All right. Here we go. This is gonna be. Clark, I'm not gonna lie. This is a tough one, but I have faith in you, buddy.
All right.
This is.
It's a newer song.
It is.
Okay.
That's true.
Pretty good.
It's really good.
It's really good. It's as good as the original.
Clark's face looks so.
Okay.
You know it?
Okay. I was enjoying Tyler's voice, honestly. It was
Yeah, it's
great.
real good.
Yeah, I couldn't get lost in it.
Can I guess the artist instead of the song?
Yeah,
and
sure.
so,
Sure.
is that Adele?
Oh,
Is it Adele?
No.
All right.
No.
No.
not
Can I
even
guess
close.
the artist?
Yes. Go ahead and guess.
Is it Jonas? Is it one of the Jonas Brothers?
No.
Kind of close.
No,
Kind
yeah,
of close.
you're in
It's,
the
Oh, you know it, Jesse.
Jamie's in the right.
It's Harry
sphere.
Styles. Harry Styles. Watermelon
Harry
Sugar.
Styles. That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Watermelon
right,
Sugar.
It's watermelon
Sugar.
sugar.
That's right. Well, Clark was unable to get it, so it's 0
Yeah, it
points.
doesn't
What is
count.
our
Doesn't
point total, Clark?
So it's Jesse 8, Jamie 2, and Tyler 8. So we have a tie.
Well, you know what? It's a holiday season. Everyone is a winner except for Jamie, but everyone is a winner. We're going to end it on a tie. Sorry, Jamie. Oh, I
It's okay.
really just
It's the humming that took me out, guys.
I rigged this whole thing because I just wanted to make you hum.
I'm so happy I could bring some joy to people's lives today.
Before we wrap it up, I want to mention relevantstore.com. Every week we're adding new merch, podcast fan stuff. other items. It's all of our magazine archives are there. Our relevant books from back in the day are there. And of course, our big new annual print edition is available at relevantstore.com exclusively. Go check it out. There's some great Christmas sales going on. Also, make sure to head over to relevantmagazine.com and check out our daily devotional series, Deeper Walk. It's presented by Lumo. It's a morning devotional series. You can sign up for an email to get it in your inbox, or you can just check it out on the website over in the faith section, relevantmagazine.com. Deeper Walk. It's really awesome. It's a great way to start your day. Also, if you like the show, tell people, leave a review. We've been doing this like 16 years, but there's always new people. There's so many podcasts out there. Head over to wherever you listen to the show, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or elsewhere. Leave a review. We post the show on YouTube, audio. We post it on SoundCloud now. Just help us spread word. Tell people what you think and tell us what you think. We love seeing the feedback. All right. On that note, we will wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jamie Ivey.
I'm Jesse Carey.
And I'm Tyler Huckabee.
Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you on Friday.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
Wake me up before you go.
Relevant Podcast Network.